Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. And this video is going to be talking about the Rampart buff and this amazing Rampart class setup that works great for maps like Nuketown, Slums, you know, your close quarters sort of maps where you're going to be having to deal with people's specialists more often, people's grenades and stuff more often, just because it's a smaller area. You know, there's easier, it's just straight up easier to grenade or to flashbang and stuff on smaller maps because you can predict where people are. The Rampart was buffed, and this was a really big buff. This gameplay, guys, is 137 kills to 4 deaths, and this is in a normal hardpoint on Nuketown. None of that endurance mosh pit where the game mode lasts 30 minutes or whatever. This is, you know, normal hardpoint, 137 to 4. Really amazing. Let's go for 1,500 likes. Smack that like if you guys, I would appreciate it if you guys do enjoy. Smack that like. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I guess you guys can probably hear it right now. I'm really hyped to talk about this because honestly, the Rampart, when the game first came out, I really love this gun. It reminds me of the Scar, and anyone that's played Call of Duty knows how good the Scar is, and the Rampart got buffed in 3 different ways, and it's an absolute monster. That's what we're going to talk about. So yeah, smack the like, subscribe, and I'll show the patch notes of the Rampart up on the screen right now. So 3 things were buffed with the Rampart. Number 1, they reduced the idle sway, which may not seem like that big of a deal, but a couple of these weapons, most notably the Rampart and the KN, before this patch 1.05, they did have a little bit of sway to them, and reducing the idle sway can be kind of nice. I definitely do appreciate with that. Next is they slightly reduced the recoil of the first and third shots, which is major key because of the fact that the class steps you want to run with this gun are, you know, high caliber 1, high caliber 2, and you want to try to do high damage by being accurate. So slightly reducing the recoil is a major key with this gun because that was one of the things holding it back before. And they also increased the 4-hit kill range by 3 meters in multiplayer only. So that did not affect blackout or zombies, but 3 meters it's a significant distance, and that can change from, you know, you're going to kill someone in 4 bullets instead of 5 at that range, at that specific 3 meters of range. It would take 5 bullets before patch, 4 bullets after. So this is a significant buff, and hey, don't ask me why they're buffing the assault rifles, but, you know, if that's what they're going to do, I really do think the balance in this game is off with the SMGs to ARs still, but ARs are just absolutely dominant, and this Rampart is absolutely amazing. So how do I feel about this patch? I think that this is significantly good, and this moves the Rampart, in my opinion, probably up, you know, to a top tier weapon, as long as the thing with the Rampart that makes a difference is pretty much every single class setup with the Rampart should revolve around 2 perks, or not perks, 2 attachments, and those attachments are going to be high caliber 1, which increases your damage to the head, and high caliber 2, which increases damage to the upper body. So where you can sort of be, you know, win gunfights and destroy people with the Rampart is you have to aim for that upper, you know, the head or the shoulders or the upper chest. So definitely, if you have good aim and you can aim for that upper area, you know, it's not going to happen every single kill, but you will be able to absolutely melt people. So that's what I run as far as my first 2 attachments. You want high caliber 1, you want high caliber 2, and this class setup is a little bit different from my old Rampart class because this one is sort of, like I said, it's 4 maps where you need protection, and that's because I run, as far as perk 1, I run flak jacket and tac mask, because on Nuketown most of my deaths are going to come from, you know, being rushed by, you know, a seeker grenade or, you know, some sort of stuff like that, and having flak jacket or, you know, getting grenaded by the battery cluster grenade or just a normal frag grenade, having flak jacket and tac mask is major key on Nuketown, similar to Black Ops 3. And then I run perk 2 Gung Ho, no perk 3, so no dead silence on this class, and the reasoning behind that is because I also run with the ComSec device gear instead of like the stim shot or the acoustic sensor, just because I think ComSec works really good. And on Nuketown, once you get your streaks, I mean, you can see in this gameplay 137 to 4, the streaks got me a bunch of kills, right? So that's basically how I played it, and I played it for streaks. So yes, I do think this Rampart buff is good. Now, how do I feel about the Rampart in this current state? This buff is amazing. This is a huge buff to it. It was probably one of the biggest buffs, other than the one to the sniper rifle. But 3 different things being changed, 2 of them being very significant. The reduced idle sway is still pretty good, but where this gun succeeds, I think this gun can beat other guns in fights, but it all depends on your accuracy, and you have to be able to hit them not not in the head, but in that upper body or head area, which is kind of difficult to do. Like I said, I don't do it every single gunfight too. People are going to jump around. This gun is good because of that, and I also run a third attachment on my on this gun for the full class setup, because I know people want to know. So high caliber 1, high caliber 2, and then fast mags, because they did reduce the recoil a little bit, so I don't think you need grip. It's nice to have, but I do think you need fast mags because this gun only has, you know, whatever 30 bullets or whatever in the magazine. So the full class up is the I almost said the Scar, the Rampart with no red dot sight, because I'm starting to like some of the default sights in this game, especially this one. It reminds me of the Scar. It's, you know, brings back that nostalgia. 3 attachments: high cal 1, high cal 2, fast mags, comsec device, flakjack, tac mask, gung ho. Pretty self-explanatory class setup, and it's all revolved around getting quick high damage kills and then stacking your streaks up. Now, is the Rampart the best? What sort of ranges does it succeed at? At close range, can it be good? Yes, you can win gunfights at close range if you are hitting for that extra high caliber 1 or 2 damage. You can also win gunfights. I think medium range is where it succeeds, where you can sort of just aim at that upper area of them, picking people off of head glitches too. This is one of the best guns in the game to do that. Sure, it does have some recoil, but the amount of damage it does and the amount of bullets it takes isn't that much if you're able to hit that. I think I also get in this gameplay like a 5-man on screen. I don't know if it happens like right here, but you can see basically how I'm playing Nuketown. I always love Nuketown. I know some people probably are like, oh, they're bringing back the same map for the 4th time, but dude, it's my favorite map, man. And it's just so fun because Nuketown is the perfect example of a Call of Duty map where if you're doing good, if your team has control, it's going to be very, very good for you. You guys are going to destroy. If the other team has control, you're going to be trapped in the spawn, and it's going to be very, very bad for you. So it's sort of the ultimate about, you know, making the most of what you can do. So the kill streaks I run in this setup were similar to the ones I ran in the Maddox earlier. I made a video earlier today talking about the Maddox Echo Fire Operator mod, how that got a buff, even though the Maddox got a nerf. The Rampart had no nerfs, just complete buffs. And the kill streak setup is Helicopter, Thresher, and Strike Team, which I think is really, really good for Nuketown. Gunship can be great as well. It all depends if, you know, people are shooting it down or whatever. But the thing with Gunship is, number 1, it's unlocked so late in the Prestige, 54, and number 2, it's you know, you take yourself out of combat. You have to hide in a corner to call it in. They might kill you and you're in that corner, or you might miss out on gun kills while doing that. So I just, you know, I really do respect the Gunship, and I see it can get you so many damn kills. But for me, just, you know, when you're going for YouTube gameplays, I think too, I honestly think that gameplays with Gunships, you know, they aren't as entertaining as a gameplay where you're running around the whole time and using Strike Team and stuff. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. You can run what streaks you want. The bottom line is, on Nuketown, you want to have, I mean, when I have a helicopter up, okay, people are going to try to shoot it down. Shooting down streaks in this game is pretty easy, and that's why you want to cycle them as fast as possible. But with this setup, when I get the helicopter up, I call him the Thresher, which is basically like a stealth bomber, sort of, not really stealthy, but it's basically like a bomber, and then that's going to take out the people trying to shoot down the helicopter, and then I also have the Strike Team rushing them, and then the idea is, of course, to try to lap your streak. So what you want to do on how I play this is the same sort of strategy that I usually play, but on Nuketown it's even more enhanced, where I'm playing with, I think the 5-man feed is like, yeah, here it is. I think it's somewhere around here. Yeah, look at that, baby. 625 points from 1 magazine of the gun. And look, I just keep going. Drop a like for this. Like, this gameplay is wicked, dude. 137-4. Do I think the Rampart's the best gun in the game? I see some people in my comments on my last video saying the Rampart's the best gun in the game. Do I think it's the best? I don't know. I haven't used it that much after the buff. I was able to get this gameplay, and, you know, it was destroying for me. But I think it really does, with the Rampart, it really does depend on the player. And are you actually going to take advantage? I think that's with a lot of guns in this game. It's, are you going to take advantage of the attachments that are available for you? The Vapor has stocked fast mags, suppressor. You know, the KN has stock and hybrid mags. Those are huge, huge things. This gun doesn't have stuff like that. This gun has high cal 1, high cal 2, and then you work it in with the fast mag. Something like the ICR, you work in with grip 1, grip 2. You know, it's kind of interesting how they've changed the class steps in this game, and I do like what they did with the attachments. I think that they could use a little bit more balance, but I think as far as the class steps, the main thing that needs more work is tac mask. Overall, how do I think about this update? I don't know so far. It's only been like a day or two. I like it. I like it so far. I definitely like Nuketown being added. I'm very excited. Nuketown should be on, I think it's on PS4 now, but I think it comes to other consoles in in like a week or something, or at least Xbox. I don't know about PC. But yeah, I like this update so far, but I really think that if you're gonna buff the assault rifles, and sure, they buffed, you know, the Rampart, the KN, ones that are a little bit weaker, but the buff on the assault rifles was sort of equal. Like this Rampart buff was bigger than buffs to SMGs, which already were worse than the Rampart before. So I really do think that, you know, Treyarch we're gonna get constant updates probably every week or two for a long time, probably a couple months, and it's gonna be interesting. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to cover, and the meta is gonna be constantly changing. If you look at a game like Fortnite, they're updating all the time. But there it is, 17k damage, 26 objectives, 137 to 4. Smack that like button for that, guys, if you could. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. You can see there the play of the game, and yeah, that's about it, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.